Alright, the second level 60 fishing quest is Whither Wawalago Wanders, given to us by Sisipu in the Fisherman's Guild as normal in Limsa. I believe, as I said in the second level 60 botany quest, I think this is Stormblood. I think it goes Heaven's Word is 50 to 60, Stormblood is 60 to 70, 70 to 80 I think is Crystarium, 80 to 90 is Endwalker, and 90 to 100 is Dawntrail. I think I got those right. Yeah. I'm actually pretty confident of that. I've never actually, well, I might have in the distant past laid it out in my mind that way, but Heaven's Word, Stormblood, whatever the Crystarium one is, I think Shadowwalker, Endwalker, Dawntrail. I think, yeah. Anyway, here we go. Ah, mercy, just the woman I wanted to see. It's about the Guildmaster. He's been acting a bit, wait for it, now, fishy of late. How so, you ask? Well, first of all, he hasn't been seen chasing skirts at the wench for nearly a whole week now. What's more, word has it he's been skulking in and out of the city at the strangest hours, tiptoeing around as if he's afraid of being seen. I kind of thought they had like a thing going back and forth where they might eventually get together, but I'm not sure now. It's not like the man ever does any work around here, but he is the face of the guild. It wouldn't be good for business if he got himself caught up in anything untoward. You know, honestly, Sisipu, you're more the face of the guild in my opinion, whatever. Next time you're down in Fisherman's Bottom, mayhap you could pay him a visit and see what's what. I think you're the face of the guild, and he just happens to be the I want to have fun and only have fun, but occasionally give you really good advice because he's done it all. I think that's more his style. We found him standing on the barrel with his six fishing compatriots, acting drunk, cheering each other on, etc. Well, bash me in the head with a bucket of barnacles, if it isn't Mercy, the second most skillful fisher in our fair realm. To what do I owe the pleasure of your presence today? I think I'm doing a different voice for him, so I'm sorry, but I like it, so I'm gonna keep it up. Sisipu's on to me, you say? But how could that be? Is it possible that I'm not as sly, stealthy, and surreptitious as I thought? Don't answer that. Old Wawalago's adult enough to admit it when he's been apprehended in the act. Fact is, I found a new friend who's been picking my brain for advice regarding a particularly puzzling predicament. Truth be told, I was just thinking of tramping over to the God's Grip to meet him now. I think he'd also be agog to make your acquaintance as well. If, of course, you wouldn't be averse to accompanying me. Well, I suppose that settles it. Just do your friend Wawalago one favor. Stop by the guild and tell Sisipu there's no cause for concern. And don't mention much more than that. The girl's got enough gnawing at her mind with guild goings on, I reckon. Like I said, he just wants to have fun. She runs the guild. She's the face. That's my opinion. It's also correct. My opinion is correct. Deal with it. Deal with it. Biatch. Okay. Back to Sisipu. I explain what I learned from him. So Wawalago says he's fine, but says he can't or won't say any more than that? Forgive me if that doesn't particularly inspire me with confidence. Well, if nothing else, I suppose he'll have you around to make sure he doesn't get into anything over his head. You will keep an eye on him for me, won't you? Of course you will. Okay. God's Grip is over at the Morby Dry Docks, which I think this ferry skipper can take me to, but I'm gonna make sure. No. Costa del Sol or Aleport. Actually, probably should have known that. Morby, you can get to from Hullbreaker Isle. And if you want to know the full gist of it, hold on. Aleport goes to Lower Lenosha and the Isles of Umbra docks, which you don't really need to do once you learn to fly. Actually, you can actually swim across it too, I think. God, what is it that I'm thinking of? I think Morby goes to the Wolves' Den. Can you get to the Wolves' Den another way? Nah, whatever. Okay. Anywho, we're just gonna pay $159 to teleport there, which is not reduced. That's just standard from Limsa. Pretty good, I'd say. Okay. And then we'll fly down south to this God's Grip location, where we will wait at this destination. Quick wait. Cutscene. Ooh, I did not know. I've not seen my outfit from the back. It's like short shorts, and then upper thigh, bare, and then like they're chaps, basically. Ah, there's the last I was looking for. Now all we need to do is find... Psst! Wawalago! What is this? What is the meaning of this? Who is this strange shorewalker? Is it a Sahagin? I look shocked, and it's a Sahagin, and it roars at me. But Wawalago smiles. Get a grip now, Gov. This is Mercy, a fast friend of one of the most... a fast friend and one of the most accomplished anglers in Eorzea. I reckon she'd be just the person to help me puzzle out your little predicament. This is Gov. G-O Victor. We met fishing, or rather, I was doing the fishing, and he was more accidentally attaching his lower lip to my lure. He caught him. That's fucking funny. I look shocked. I can tell what you're thinking. A fisherman and a Sahagin make for bizarre bedfellows, and it's true. We were tearing at each other's throats at first, but once we delved into a discussion of our love for the ocean deep, we became keenly conscious of just how much we have in common. You see, Gov here is searching for a stunningly spectacular specimen of fish which has distressingly disappeared from the seas of Lenosha. The shooting star of the sea, that's what the Sahagin have termed it in their tongue. Gov says that seeing whole schools of them sail through the sea with their scintillating scarlet scales is a spectacle of blissful beauty. His alliteration is hard sometimes, but I got it. It's a sight all the more precious because of their penchant for only appearing in particular seasons. Gov reckons that they're a roaming species that migrates after mating season to lay their eggs and nurture their newborns. At least they were, before they just packed up and puttered off to who knows where. Gov here wasn't going to take the matter reclining on his rear. Sitting down. Psh, my clutchmates insist that it is simply the way of nature, that the fish have simply died out or found a more desirable habitat. This I cannot accept. If I'm holding my S's, it's because they're written out that way, and that's what Sahagin tend to do. He's kind of like, if you picture a bipedal, generally human-shaped fish man, he's got big, like pointy, sharp teeth, only like maybe 5 on the bottom, 5 on top, or 4 on bottom, 4 on top. His eyes are just yellow balls. He's got a fin on top of his head, fins out the bottom, like left and right of his cheeks, a fin on his back, fins right below his elbows, yeah, and like kind of scaly for skin, and yeah. Anyway, sorry, the skin color I would describe as kind of a dull water, like a dull ocean blue, maybe. And so I embarked on a journey. I scoured the far reaches of the realm's seas, where the shooting stars once appeared. It sounds like I'm stuttering. I'm not gonna do it anymore. That's not right. Once appeared in abundance, and I found a single fishing line with an inviting lure at its tip. The next thing I knew, I was reeled in by Master Wawalago here. Psh, at first, I was ready to gut him for having stolen such a beautiful creature from us, but he assured me he had done nothing of the sort. Wawalago nods. Agonizes me to admit as much, but to tell the truth, I've never even laid my lookers on one of these shooting stars. But if they're half as handsome a sight as Gov says, it'd be a sorry shame if we swallow this supposition of their demise without doing our due diligence. At the same time, I'm the guildmaster. I can't very well go gallivanting off to every far-flung frontier of the realm while Sisipu does all the dirty work. So I decided to avail myself of the aid of my most astute assistant. That'd be Mercy here. Psh, forgive me if I am skeptical, Master Wawalago. While I know your own knowledge of the seas is second to none, I do not know this shorewalker from the scales on my back. Give me one good reason why I should trust her. Pardon me for a minute here. It does tend to be roughly 1 minute, so I apologize for that. What I must do when she says she loves me. Meow, meow. Did I not do... Oh, did I open? Yeah, open a new one. Oh, pardon me. Okay. Nope. Sorry. One more second. Boop. 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 He turns to the Sahagan. I'm telling you, Mercy's as fine a fisher as anyone I've ever had the pleasure of calling my protege. Housed in her head is every piece of Piscine, Paul, I, Sam, Charlie, I, Nancy, E. Piscine? Like, anyway. Piscine lore and learning you could fathom. If anyone can find this fish of yours, it's her. If you would speak so highly of her, then I suppose I have no reason to object. And with that, I will return to the search. He nods to me before he turns out and walks out of the scene. There you have it, Mercy. Ready to rove and ramble the seas of the realm in search of this slippery shooting star? Because I most assuredly am. But first, I'd best make a brief and fleeting foray back to Fisherman's Bottom. Sisipus like to get suspicious if I sneak away for much longer. Cool. Back to Limbs of Laments for very cheap, like 79 gil I think it was, because it's one of my favorites, or favorites. I don't know. Sorry, I'm feeling playful-ish. Fisherman's Guild. Oh, okay. We go back to where Wawalago generally is, atop his barrel with his cavorting and cajoling fisherman buddies. Ah, there you are, Mercy. We can exhale easy. I'm pleased as punch to say I slipped back via a side street, and Sisipu was none the smarter. On the subject of Sisipu, I've been meaning to explain and elucidate just why I'm so worried of telling the girl the truth behind this latest little lark of ours. Don't tell the dear girl I divulged this to you, but truth be told, her village was set upon by a suitably savage group of Sahagan when she was just a little lass. I'm sure she and Gov would get on great if they got to know each other, but for the time being, I'm disinclined to drudge up any disquieting memories. You understand, yes, and so you'll be dealing with me directly for this particular duty. Firstly, I intend to do a little investigating into this so-called shooting star. Into what this so-called shooting star is called in the common tongue. In the meantime, might I propose that you treat yourself to a soothing spot of fishing? 250 wind crystals, 250 water crystals, and 3 more gathering bonus. I can use these on my fisher, but they're gonna be much better on my botanist because they fall off at 70 and above, and I have 71 currently. 1,337,500 experience points, 1053 gil. I'm gonna level up, so 72. Here I come. Next quest at 63, which I'm already at, obviously, because I just hit 72, so obvious. But I'm gonna do that tomorrow, probably. Yeah, for sure. Actually, I'm tending to do like tomorrow. I will do the level 60 cooking quest to start with, that is the Stormblood start of culinary and stuff, and then the 63 botany, 63 fish. Yeah. Possibly I might hit 68 with one of these. Yeah, I get at 68 Black Mage pretty easily, and I probably will tonight because I'm going to do at least one leveling roulette. As for Machinist and Ninja, not going to happen, but anywho, I'll see you next time. Hope you enjoyed. Sorry for all this, the prolonged S sounds. I learned from my choir teacher in high school that that's generally not what you want to do, but anyway, bye-bye for now.